By the time I post this, I'm hoping we're at 100, y'all. Oh, it's been such a long journey, but what is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can tell by the title, I don't even know if I don't know what the title is gonna be, but it probably says get ready with me. We're not getting ready for anything. It's currently like 10 o'clock at night. Just got off work, but I have been procrastinating this video for about 10 months now. My friend has been asking me to do a video how I do my brows, my everyday makeup, and I'm just like, you know what, let me film this video. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna get straight into it. Most of my products are kind of old and worn out. Oh, my face is dry. I'm fresh out the shower, y'all, but most of my products are kind of old, so I will be putting a picture of the product that I have that I'm using on my face at the time. And yeah, let's get straight into it. Okay, so it literally took me forever to find my moisturizer. I don't use anything special. I'll do a skincare routine, but I'm just putting my moisturizer. I use The Ordinary for majority of my skincare products. Yeah, this is super lightweight, that's why I like it. But I always try and moisturize. I don't do my, if I'm doing a full face of makeup, I don't use my full skin routine because I use a lot of chemicals. So just use a moisturizer when I'm gonna do a face of makeup. So I do that, and I go in with my primer. So next I go in with my primer. I use the Wet n Wild. I could have sworn it was NYX, but Wet n Wild matte base. So I will just take, comes out pretty fast, so I'll use like a dot on my cheeks, and then 3 dots down the middle of my face. I hope y'all can hear me because I'm talking kind of quiet. But yeah, I'll do it like this, and then I go ahead and rub everything in. And I probably don't have the best makeup routine. This is just what works for me. I know there are literally 1,000,001 ways to do your makeup. This is just what I do, okay? So yeah, rub that in. Okay, so once your primer is all in your face, I go in with my foundation next. I know a lot of people don't, but I do because I like my foundation to be down before I do my brows. So I use a matte Maybelline Foundation. I will put a picture right there, but I just go in with my sponge and put it all on my face if I can find my sponge. Got a sponge, so I just put some on my sponge. My shade is 365. If you think you're the same shade as me, I'm not taking off the headband because y'all not finna catch me slacking, and this lace is lifting to the heavens, okay? But I apply it with my sponge and just I blend everywhere. But I am going to be installing a new wig in 2 days. Blend in. I really don't know what lace was up in 2 days. I'll be applying a new wig because I'm going on a real short trip. But I am touring an HBCU. Y'all will see the video, so I'm not going to spoil anything. But yeah, so I will be applying a new fall wig. It's too cute. I'm customizing it, and yeah, kind of look like Trump now, but trust the process. So after that, I will move to my brows. So for brows, I use 3 different things. Brows, I use my edge control, I use a translucent powder, and I use pomade and a brush, obviously. Shout out to my girl Toby, because she's been asking me for this video for about a year now, and I have been putting it off. I'm putting it off, and I'm finally doing it. So this is how I do my brows, because a lot of people ask me. So this is just my natural brow as is. There's nothing on my brows. I low-key just have good natural eyelashes. I don't get the eyebrows, I don't get them threaded, none of that. This is just my natural brows. So I take a little bit of edge control, I put it on a spoolie, and then I just comb the brow. So I put edge control on both. So what I do is I comb all the way up, and then I go across on the top to get that shape that I would like within my natural brow. So it'll be like that. So I go all the way up. The edge control is just to make sure that it stays in place and I don't have any flyaways. I saw that tip from somebody else. I don't even know who, because I've been doing it for the longest. But yeah, so shape them. already kind of, you know, I really do have that natural shape with my brows. But I just use Edge Booster. I'll put a picture, but I use any ordinary edge control that I use for my edges. Then I go in with a translucent powder. I don't even know which one it is. All the words are scratched out. I'll look for it. It's Maybelline New York. I'll find it. But I take my powder. I take a brush. All my brushes are so old, y'all. If you want to sponsor me, get me a new pair of brushes. I would love it. But I take some translucent, not too much. I blow it off. I just wipe it across my brushes because pomade sticks best when it's like a dry surface. So I'll just kind of pat it onto my brow, nothing major. And then, see, that one was too much. But it's okay. It's not that deep if you mess the powder up. Put it on there, dry surface, cool. So next, I go in with my pomade. This has absolutely no words on it. I'll look for it, y'all, but I think I have another one that has words on it, but this pomade is so old, like, but I like the old stuff that works. So I'll take a brush. I use an angled brush, and that's how it is. I dip a tiny bit because you do not want your eyebrows too dark. That's not cute. But I dip a tiny bit and I outline the top. So when I do the top, I make sure that it's angled down like that. When I do the bottom, I make sure that my brush is angled up like that. So that's the key to making sure it's like straight. So I do that. I outline just a little bit. I'm not heavy-handed at all. I used to be. That's why I can't use a pencil, because I'm too heavy-handed. But you don't want to be too heavy-handed or else your brows are going to look really dark. And we do not like that. But I start with the end part of my brow. I outline the top and the bottom. So I'm about to go ahead and do that. If they're not perfect, it's okay, because that's what concealer is for. But I do that, and then I do a little bit in the middle. Not too much, to be honest with you. And you comb up so that you can see exactly where that line is for the bottom. All right, and then I do the front part. So this is the part that most people ask me about, but I'll take some, not too much, and I will start. I'll probably put it like a brush width away. So from where my eyebrow ends, I'm gonna put it like right there, and then just draw straight across a light line. But I draw straight across, and do the same thing for the bottom. There's too much makeup on that. And then I just shade in a tiny bit in here. I'm gonna spoolie it away anyways, but I like to put just a little bit in there to shade it in. Okay, and that's that one. I don't like such a sharp arch, so I'm probably gonna smooth it out just a tiny bit. Once this eyebrow is done, I move on to the other. See, I don't like a deep arch at all, so I'm definitely gonna fix that. But I'm gonna move on to this eyebrow, do the exact same thing that I did on this side. Okay, so now that that's done, I go in with my spoolie just a tiny bit, and I start low battery. I start the spooling process. I kind of just go up and out. So I'll move up, move that way, and just keep doing that. Not too hard, but not too light. And then I just go straight back. In that middle part, I go straight back to get that gradient effect. And then I will fix it up. I'm going to go in a little bit more pomade because I like that outline in the front and then gradient in the middle. So I like to make sure that that line is visible, because when I spoolie it away some more, don't want it to be, you know. So Now that that's done, I don't like thick eyebrows, but when you do it, you want to make sure you give yourself some room because that you can conceal it properly. So I'll start kind of thick and then I'll make sure that they're thin after I conceal. So when I use concealer, I go in with, these have no words. Oh, this one does. Cool. Does it have? Okay. I go in with an e.l.f. matte finish concealer. This is the one that I use on my face. So whatever concealer that you use on your face to conceal, you use on the top of your brow. So I use Rich Chocolate, and then I use Fenty Beauty 410 on the bottom. If I am using both Fenty on the top, I'd use 420. Bottom, I use 410. But since I decided to try a new concealer a few months ago, now I'll use two different ones. But always start with the top because that's going to be the darker color. Your top should match your skin tone. The bottom should be a little bit lighter. That's just what I prefer. I don't necessarily like that highlighted area around your brows. Brush. Like I said, I need new brushes, but I go in with the brush that just looks like this. Like that. Super flat. It worked for me. So since this is how it looks, that's how the applicator is, I'll just do like that and get some on this brush, and I outline. Start kind of far away and slowly work your way in and just lightly outline. You don't want to dig too deep into the brow because that's kind of what I do on the bottom. I'll be like gentle and light on the top and do any real corrections on the bottom. So that's the top. I don't really like the shape right now, but it's okay. But I'm not going anywhere. It's been 16 minutes already. Dang. Anyways. Now that the top is outlined like that, I'm going to go in on the bottom with this. This is the lighter color. So that's too much. You don't want to have too much at one time because then it's going to be clumped up. So you want to do little by little. So start outline and then you can make any corrections. I don't like having a sharp brow, so I like to kind of smooth it out just in that motion. I'll twirl my brush like this and just, just smooth out that arch. There we go. Then do the other one, and then if I have any imperfections that I don't like, I correct them. Y'all smell good. I pride myself on my scent. Y'all, one thing about this do not disturb, it will not disturb you. This new iOS 15 do not disturb. Man, can't nobody reach me no more. My phone be on do not disturb all the time. Like, literally don't even pick up my parents' calls no more. But it's not on purpose, just because I don't see them. But, yeah, so I feel like I dipped too much into my arch a little bit, but it's okay. I don't like how thick this left brow is, so I'm going to thin it out. But still keep that arch. Oop, too much. So, even brows has always been a struggle for me. So, if I dip too much into it, I don't put any makeup on the brush, but I'll go back with my eyebrow brush and I will just draw a line. Since it's on the bottom, I arch it up and wipe it away. There we go. I don't have my paper towels in here. Oh, my leg it is. And there was an era where I used to put a slit in my brow. Why did I do that stupid? Y'all, I can't wait to be a big time influencer living in a big old apartment in Chicago. I'm gonna take this clip from this specific video, and when I'm actually doing it, I'll make a video. Anyways, yeah, so this is brows. Most people tell you to, and it really does work, so I'll let them dry. I don't always have time for it is a thing, but let them dry and then blend it in. But you see how it's two different shades? That's what you want. You don't want it to be a ginormous difference in shades, but a slight difference. I'm gonna spoolie it out just a tiny bit more, but only the middle, because you don't want to dip into that concealer. I don't like the it's okay, not going nowhere, but you get the concept. Even though they don't look perfect, you get the concept of what I do when they do look perfect. It's just whether I'm having a good day or not, whether it comes out right. But do not go straight into the brow. The edge where you see the difference between your skin and that concealer, that's what you blend out. So blend that out, both tops and then both bottoms, and then I go in with a sponge, a beauty blender, child. 10 o'clock at night, like I said. But bottom, I need new brushes, y'all. And blend it with my brush. I really don't use any specific method. I just kind of go through the top of my lid and blend. And then once these are semi-blended, I go in with my beauty blender and then I do bottom top. So I do top, bottom, bottom, top. So do that. And I come over this side. I hate this brow with a passion, but it's neither here nor there. I really hate these brows today, but it's okay. A blend, and then kind of want to do the middle too. And then I do the top. Yeah, no, these brows are an L today. I need to fix this. I'm really not even going anywhere, but it's making me mad. Too much. Okay. Looks a little better. This one is hopeless. It's hopeless. This brow looks good though. Okay. I'm gonna fix it though because I just can't stand to look at it. Looks stupid. Okay. I dug too deep in the front. Okay. That kind of evened them out a little bit. So next you want to go right in the middle because it's going to be the lightest part. Go in the middle and make sure that, it blends. And then I do side to side into the brow just to give them more that gradient look. Spoolie one more time. Like, I really like that gradient look. I don't like sharp brows like that. But this time I make sure I go more. I got concealer in my brow. I make sure I go more into the eyebrow itself, not just the front. And you also want to make sure you do not put too much edge control on your brows when you start in the beginning, because that's going to cause it to not look completely black. This eyebrow is just giving me trouble today. Like, y'all, this eyebrow is about to make me mad. It's about to make me real mad. Brows are done. We move to concealer. So the e.l.f. one is the one that I use on my face. So I know most times people tell you to do triangle, triangle, triangle. I don't really do that. I actually do up to lift my face. And you don't want too much. Sometimes I do a little line right here by the nose, but nothing major. Less concealer, the better. So I do 2 lines there, one by the nose. And then I put one straight down the bridge of my nose and then one on the dot of my nose. Then I will do 3 lines on my forehead, 3 lines on my chin, and then suck that in and do one right there. Okay. Okay. That's where I do my concealer. Here, chin, here, eyes, nose, there. Oh, this brow, y'all, this brow's about to make me mad for real. Because this one looks good. This one just looks like, it's okay. I'm letting it go. So, let that dry a little bit, but for lack of time, I'm just going to go ahead and blend it. So, going with my brush first. I always go with my brush, then I go with my beauty blender. Start on my head, and I literally just work my way down my face. So, with this, I'll just blend it out. Just kind of trace over the lines. Don't completely blend it out because that's what I use my brush for. Then I start with my eyes, and you want to be pushing up. You don't want, because you're going to defeat the purpose if you blend down. So you push up. This one you can go down, but nothing major. Just up. My phone literally just cut out for no good reason, but up, down, right? So do that on the other side. Up, down, bridge of my nose. I just go straight down continuously. Cheeks, it is important to go up because that is going to be what lifts your face. If you go down, it's ruining the purpose. So brush up. You don't want to pass that bottom line of your contour. Contour, child, concealer. Like I said, 10 o'clock at night. Leave me be. Okay? 3 lines. Just go down. Brighten up your dark chin. Let me stop. And then you go up again. Y'all, I have like a butt nose. People have butt chins, I have a butt nose. Anyways, go up. Go up. Now, go in with your beauty blender and do the same thing. Also, it's okay to wet your brush if it's not blending in its entirety. Wet your brush and keep blending. So that's what I'm about to do actually. Blender, it really should not be that wet at all, but enough to assist it in blending. So okay, so now that it's blended, it's not entirely blended, but I still have more blending to do when I add more products. After I do that, I don't really contour. After that, I go in with my translucent powder again. So I just do it on my beauty blender under my eyes, on my nose, chin, and forehead. That's where I put that. And this is setting powder, I believe. But I also use a setting spray. So I'm okay with not setting it everywhere. So blend it again. So after that, I just go in with my concealer one more time. I actually use the lighter one. Just to go in one more time, brighten up that spot under my eyes. Just like that. Nothing major at all. And then I blend with my brush. Take the brush. Ooh. Take the brush. Now that that is done, I lately have been using eyeliner, so I'm going to go ahead and do a wing. I don't be doing no extravagant wing, just wing. This is my eyeliner that I use. I got it in September. Absolutely love it. My leg is going to be my thing because I don't have any towels. It's kind of hard to write on when you do have foundation, but you know. This one's a little bit better, but nobody perfect. Okay. My eyeliners look terrible. This one looks semi-okay. And there's this one. Y'all can tell one's. We're going to fix that real quick because OCD. Okay. Concealer. One's the same shade. See, y'all can see one's lifting my eye, one's not. It's holding me back. But I'm going to... Okay. That's a little better. Look at me. Blend it. Do not get too close at all. Just a little, you know, blend it in. After that, I am going to go in with my highlight. This palette I got from Walmart. It's nothing major, but I just use it because I have it. And since I have it, I don't feel the need to buy anything else. But this is the brush I use. That one. I just take the highlight part of it. I don't contour or sculpt, so this is pretty much untouched. But I take the highlight And I go in on my brow like that on the bottom. And same thing on the other side. But y'all, this brow is just not cooperating with me today. Like at this point, I should have just done one side of my face. And I go down my bridge, kind of disappear right here, and then come back on the tip of my nose. And then, oh, don't close. Do a little bit on my lip. Like that top of my lip right there. Do a little bit, and I pretty much brush it off, so it's really faint. And then I'm gonna go in with this brush again. Y'all, this brush is so overused. And I blend out the edge. Not necessarily on it, but just so that it's not a sharp line of sparkle. Blend it out a tad bit. And I don't like it too thick, so I like it to be just a faint sparkle. Okay. And then just, I don't necessarily do on the line, just the sides of it, so that it's not so abrupt. I like the nose to be shiny though, so nothing major. Then we go in with Radiant Finish. This right here is Holy Grail. I love it. I love it. So I take some, spray it out just one time for good measure. Close your eyes, spray it, not too much, but all over your face. Okay. And then I let it dry. As it's drying, I grab my lashes. These lashes are just from Shein. Nothing major, but I love them. Stepped out of my comfort zone with these. Y'all can't even see with the, y'all see it on my face, but stepped out of my comfort zone with them. Absolutely love them. So now I take my glue. I use Duo. Kiss ruined your eyes. But I use this Duo one. And I line my lashes. Line up the lash. I know most people prefer black glue, but I just cannot. I like the white glue, disappears, don't even know it's there. Line the lashes, let them dry a little bit so that they don't move too much when you put them on your eye. Close up your glue. And once this has started to dry, I use too much because my whole face is just shining, but love it. I don't like to do too much, but I'll take my lashes. Matter of fact, lashes are still kind of wet, so I'm gonna do my lip. I use Wet n Wild. I'd be switching between lip liner and eyeliner. If I use eyeliner on my lip, it's a pencil. But I normally do a dark brown. That's just what I love. So I'm gonna line it. I think this one is an eyeliner. I have a natural V in my lips, so I like to emphasize that. Now it's all outlined. I add gloss or leave it matte, and yeah. I'm gonna put on my lashes real quick before they dry completely, and then I'll do my gloss. Oh, I forgot one spot. Oh. I normally put highlight in the crease of my eye. Ooh. I just put it everywhere and then I blend it out. Take this brush in here and I pretty much just take pretty much all of it off, but it leaves like a little shine. Anyways, block. Okay. Okay, so put some gloss on my lips. I'm not biased about gloss. If you're glossy, you're glossy. Ew, I can taste it. Okay. Yeah. 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 Anyways, take this. Not me thinking I had a notification and remembering I was on Do Not Disturb. Anyways, this is the finished product. That's how I do my makeup every day. This is not the best makeup look today, but I'm gonna look past that. Yeah, but that's my routine. It's literally what I do every day. Seems kind of extensive for like such a simple look, but pretty much it. I'm definitely feeling a liner. Like, I used to hate liner with a passion, but I've been getting more into it, especially with the extravagant lashes. Like, yeah. But you already know the deal. I'm gonna add some end clips, but you already know the deal. If you got time for one, you got time for a ton. By the time I post this, I'm hoping we're at 100, y'all. Oh, it's been such a long journey, but I've had the time of my life. Love YouTube. Love being on YouTube. But yeah, this concludes our video. So if you had time for one, you had time for a ton. So go ahead and watch another video on this channel. And until next time, y'all.